Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm so happy to see you for Live with the Creativity Cave. It is Monday, November 27th. How is that possible? I can't believe it. I got nothing. I don't know how we've gotten to this point, but here we are. It's a month to Christmas. So I'm gonna throw some Stampin' Lips on so we can stamp today. I'm not gonna lie, I actually have a little left over from my, I did a little live on my Facebook page earlier today. So, yeah. Well, so I hope that you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving. Wherever you were, we were not where we were planning to be. We ended up going out to see Andy's dad in Virginia, kind of at the last, well, totally at the last minute. We were not planning on such a thing, and sorry, my phone is kind of crooked here. Let me fix that. We were not planning on that. We were planning on going to Minneapolis. So I'm a little sad that I missed seeing my family, but it was really good to see Andy's dad, and he's in the hospital still. Was hopefully going to have surgery a little later this week on his heart. So if you would keep him in your prayers, that would be so wonderful. He's got quite a few things going on right now. So we're hopeful that his surgery will be successful. And yeah, so we took a little road trip to Virginia with the kids and the dogs, because of course it's really tricky to book 4 tickets somewhere and figure out what to do with 2 dogs with about 12 hours notice. And so we all road tripped out there, and the kids and the dogs did really, really well. The dogs honestly had the time of their life. I'm not going to lie. They had such a good time because Andy's dad has 2 adorable dogs. They actually, I don't know if adorable is the right word. Massive is maybe more correct. It's really funny. They are labs. I don't know what kind of labs they are. They're not like yellow labs, but they're yellow labs, if you know what I mean. I don't know. They're really stocky and just muscly and massive. They're very cute. And Izzy, if we went out there with the dogs, or well, we only had Izzy back then when she was still a pretty new puppy. Gosh, that was March, so like a year and a half ago. And she just had the best time with Max, her little puppy cousin. I don't know. Anyway, they had such a good time, and they just played and played and played and played and played. Well, we have both now since gotten another puppy. So they have actually one of Max's sons, because Max was bred, and they have his son who his name is Hank, and he is Hank the Tank for sure. They are just both huge dogs. And Hank the Tank is just a little bit older than Milo. So everybody had a good time. And then Tucker is their daughter's dog, who's a basset hound. So this cute little short dog, I shouldn't say little, but this short basset hound was playing with all these big tall dogs. So it was pretty funny. And Ella did say, I think 5 might be too many. She's really excited to graduate and get her first dog. She is a huge dog lover. Like whenever have you ever seen those little bumper stickers that say say hi to your dog for me. That is in essence my daughter. She just loves dogs. She also they have their horses as well, and so she also had fun with the horses. They've got shires, big huge English shires. They have a new, I was gonna say puppy, but that's not what you call horses that are little. What do you call them? Ponies. I don't know if pony's the right word either, though. Anyway, it was really, really sweet to see everybody. Everybody had a good time. So I did not expect to even have Thanksgiving dinner, but Mary, Andy's dad's wife, she was cooking for Thanksgiving. Full, thank you. Colt? I think it's a boy. It's a boy horse. I don't know if there's good boy horse names. Girl, can you tell I'm so not into this? I don't know anything about horses except they're really big. But anyway, it was really sweet. We so it was like 13-ish hours to drive out there, and then it was an hour and a half each way to the hospital every day. So we put a lot of time in the car. I'm hoping to not go anywhere in the car for a while, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm also really hoping everything goes smoothly with surgery this week. So anyway, so that was our weekend. It was definitely unexpected, but it was really nice to be with him, and we felt very glad to have made the trip to see him, and I think it definitely brightened his spirits. So it was very nice. Okay, so today we have a few things going on. So first and foremost, I have some grab boxes that are available. There's a link in the description of this video. I have them priced for Black Friday. They are $10 off what they would normally cost. And when you register, the price, so there's accessory grab boxes and there's stamp set grab boxes. Pardon me, the accessory ones are $50 plus shipping, and then the stamp set ones are, I think, $115 plus shipping. Either way, they'll go up $10 after December 1st. So on December 2nd, they're going to go up $10 in price. So make sure and grab them while you can, because the stamp ones are almost sold out. There's just a few left, and then the accessory ones are about 2/3 sold out. So we would love to send you a box full of treasures. There's all kinds of really wonderful stuff in each of them. I did a video really quick before we left. Of course, that was not the timeline I was anticipating, but I did a video on what they are, right, like I said, right before I left, and then I did another live in my Facebook group earlier today showing one. There's all kinds of treasures. Like the one I showed today has that tab punch in it. That's like a big deal. So anyway, I would love to send you a box of goodies. You can order them, and like I said, the link is in the description of this video. They're fabulous, if I can just say. I mean, they're really nice. Okay, so I've got some projects here today that are pretty awesome. I was getting in the Christmas spirit earlier today by listening to some Christmas music. I had to giggle. There's one more thing I got to tell you really quick. So when we were driving, we were listening to The Office Ladies. So if you are a fan of the show The Office, which I love that show, I think it's a great show. We were looking for something to listen to while we were driving. And so after we listened to Carl's running podcast, which actually was kind of interesting, I found the Office Ladies podcast, and it was super fun listening to it. They basically go through every episode of The Office. So each podcast episode is an episode of The Office, and they give you like little tidbits and all kinds of good stuff. So it was really fun to watch that. And we were listening to that, and it made me giggle, and it was so fun. And now I have a craving for The Office. So we listened to that in between stations, and we listened to music, Christmas music. We listened to like classic oldies type, classic rock oldies music, all kinds of interesting things. When you are in between radio stations, it's quite interesting. So anyway, but luckily the weather really was perfect. We got home right before we had, I don't know if a storm is quite accurate. We got some snow here. It is a winter wonderland, although I think some of it melted today. So it's tis the season, I guess. But anyway, all right. So if you haven't listened to the Office Ladies podcast, I recommend it. It was fun. If you like the show, if you've never seen the show, don't bother, because it will be completely lost on you. All right. I do though, like I said, I've got some fun stuff to share with you. I've got some cards that came in my mailbox the last, actually probably couple weeks, and then a few things, and then we're gonna stamp. Okay, so I'm gonna flip my camera around. Okay, so here we are. By the way, my desk was covered with stuff when I first started my video, and I managed to clean it up quite successfully, so yay me. All right, so here is a cute little card that I got from Greta. She is just the best. She's on my team, and she attended my my little team event that we had earlier this month and sent me this cute little card, which is just wonderful. Here's a sweet card. This one kind of made me giggle. This was a birthday card from Gwen, who's on my team, and she was late on sending out birthday cards. But Gwen, no worries. We do not judge here at the Creativity Cave, and thank you for thinking of me. I love this card. So just wonderful. I had to giggle though. She had a cute little note in here. I'm sending you well wishes, even if I'm late by a few days, weeks, or months. So thank you, Gwen. Always appreciated. Then I got this card, which isn't this pretty? It's so sweet. Oh, it twisted. I don't know what exactly is happening here. But anyway, there we go. Oh, I love this one. This is from Vicky, who's on my team. She was so sweet to send this card. So thank you so much, Vicky. I really appreciate this. Here's another cute card from Mary, who's on my team. She is just the best. She sent this again as a thank you for our team event. Oh, here's another really great card. This one is from Jean. You might recall Jean from winning our card challenge 2 months in a row. I love this card, Jean, so much. Isn't this great? Super fun. So this features the, this is the, gosh, I want to say Border Basics dies. And then these, of course, are from the All About Autumn. So very fun. Here's a cute little Thanksgiving card, speaking of All About Autumn, that I received from Brenda, who's on my team. Brenda's just the absolute best. I just adore her. She sends me some really sweet cards all the time. So thank you so much, Brenda. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving as well. Here's another really pretty card. This is all sparkly. This one is from Winnie, who's on my team, and she was sending a card for that same team retreat. She was with us. So thank you so much, Winnie. I always appreciate it. Here is another cutie patootie. This one is kind of a really fun fold. This is from Katie, who's on my team. And this features the All About Autumn and the Season of Chic. Is that what it's called? I think. Season of Chic. I should know. It's actually a set I really like. I'm looking for it on my shelf and I don't see it. I'm pretty sure. Yes, Season of Chic. Anyway, isn't this a fun fold? So I'll have to look at that. I'll have to look a little further into this right here. So anyway, I really like this one. So thank you so much, Katie. Here's another beautiful card. This one came to me from Sherry, who's on my team, and this is another fun fold. Oops, I got my leaf cut in this die cut. So we've got a pretty little belly band, and we're going to pull that off, and underneath, this is one of those, I don't know, corner type fold. I don't know if there's a name for this, but anyway. So she won a prize patrol. So congratulations, Sherry. You're very welcome. And thank you so much for this beautiful card. I love it. All right. So that's my mailbox for recently. I should say, did I get any cards? Well, no, I think the cards I got while I was gone are in here. So anyway. All right. So those are some cards for you. All right. A few things I have coming up starting Friday. The 12 days of Christmas is starting up. It is going to be 12 days of inspiration of cards, gifts, packaging, and tags, all for the holiday season for you to use. You just need to be on my email list to get these extra projects emailed to you. They will either be like a PDF tutorial or a video or a live. I haven't quite sorted out exactly how many videos I'm doing, but they will be special. And the only way you can get them is if you are in my mailing list. So make sure you check that out. There's going to be all kinds of fun stuff happening during that event. And it's all going to your email box, which is a little different than I typically do things, but make sure you're on my email list. To do that, you can find it in the sidebar of my website. So like, here's my website, and then there's a sidebar of stuff. Scroll down till it says join my email list or something like that. It's where you put your name and your email in. That's how you get joined up. Or you can look in the description of this video. There's also one pinned to the featured tab of my Facebook business page. So any of those places are where you can get signed up. It's going to be a lot of fun. Then we have, let's see, my sheets are all out of order. Okay. So I've got 2 classes this month. The Garden Meadow Creativity to Go. You might recall we made kind of a cool card with this last week. Oh, I just happened to have it right here. Look at that. So this features the Garden Meadow. So we're going to make really fun stuff. And actually, I think we're making a card with this today. Featuring this bundle. It's going to be a great class. This is part of our online exclusives that just went live earlier this month, and they are really fun. This paper is to die for. You won't want to miss it. We also have the Winter Owls class, online class coming out. And this is my class with Kelly and Barb. It is a really wonderful class for really great winter cards. You could make them like Christmassy if you want, but they're generally just winter cards. And they're really nice. If I can just say, I like this one a lot. Now, both of these classes will be posted on our Stamp Happy Academy website. If you are a subscriber for basic or premium, you will have access to those PDFs as long as you're a subscriber. So thank you for that. I also have Sunshine and Creativity Delivered. I'm going to have a video coming out tomorrow or Wednesday, I'm not sure which, featuring it's kind of going to go over what Sunshine and Creativity Delivered is, and then it'll show you the bonus project from our November box. So I'm excited to share with you that. If you are a subscriber, your PDF is going to be headed to you. Hopefully I'll get it ready tomorrow. That was one thing that kind of got stuck in our unexpected travels. So anyway, Sunshine and Creativity Delivered is my monthly subscription box where we make 5 to 6 projects each month, usually around either a theme or a technique or a topic. It's a lot of fun. We vote on the projects, and our December box, so you have to register by November 30th for our December box, which will ship in mid-December, and it will feature cards with fun card layouts. So I'm really excited about this. This is kind of my wheelhouse. I'm very excited. And this is what was voted on. So I am looking forward to that. There's just a few days left to get registered for the All About Autumn video class PDF. You can either purchase it for $15 or you can get it for free with a $50 or more order in my online store. And these are fantastic projects. All of that information is in the description of this video. If you have any questions about that, just holler. Okay, so today we've got some really fun projects. The discontinued list came out, the last chance list for the holiday catalog, and I was going through it, and I picked a couple of sets that I really want to work with over the next week or two with you guys, and one of them is this Precious Pine Cones. It is 60% off, which is just amazing. 60% off is fantastic. So who doesn't like that kind of a deal? So anyway, I wanted to show you a really simple card using this stamp set. So I'm going to start myself out with a cherry cobbler card base. And then I only have one. Let me grab another. I'm going to have a layer of crumb cake for the inside of my card, and then a layer of crumb cake for the outside of my card. And we're going to use this set to stamp some fun little goodies. Now, I'm going to stamp my sentiment on a 2 3/8 inch circle punch, but I want to stamp in the background of this. So I cut a slightly smaller circle punch, and I'm going to trace it on here so that I know where everything is going to go. So I'm just using a slightly smaller circle punch to trace, and that will be my guide for where I stamp all the stuff. Now for this, I'm going to be using Old Olive, Garden Green, Shaded Spruce, Early Espresso, and Cherry Cobbler. So kind of a classic range of Christmas colors. And I'm going to start with Old Olive because it's kind of my lightest color. And I want to use for this, just because of my table surface is kind of funky, I'm going to use a piercing mat. Okay, so I want to stamp these images kind of around my circle. And, remember, we're going to have our sentiment on here. So I'm just going to stamp a few of these. Now, this is one of those reversible stamp sets, but I'm not actually going to use the reverse of any of these. You certainly could, but I didn't feel I needed that on my card. So I've just got some of these kind of ferny pieces. Then I'm going to do one of the pine cones. Now, there's two sizes of pine cones. This is the slightly smaller one, I think. Let me double check. Oh no, it's the bigger one. Maybe we should use the smaller one. I don't know. We've got this mounted, so we're going to go with it. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp that on there like so. Kind of in between those ferny pieces. And again, remember, we're going to cover up this center that's all busy. So anyway, let me check out here. Thank you, Jan. I'm so excited that you enjoy your sunshine boxes. All right. And thank you all so much for all of the really nice. Ooh. Sounds like somebody's having sound issues. But other people are saying it's okay, so there we go. All right, sometimes if I turn away and talk, sometimes that changes things, but I'm speaking normal, so it should be good right now. Okay, so we've got those two colors. Next up, we're going to do some Garden Green, and we've got some kind of pine branches. So I'll kind of tuck these in here like so, and then I've got a smaller pine branch, and we're going to do that one in some Shaded Spruce, kind of the darkest color on here, and it's a little smaller branch. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Now, if you wanted to kick this up a notch, you could cut out maybe the pine cones and add the pine cones kind of on top if you wanted, but let's be honest, if you don't have your Christmas cards made yet, you're a little bit on the procrastination side, no judgment, I don't have mine made, but you're probably going to want something a little speedier. All right, I'm going to take this bow, and I am going to cut the bow out. Okay, so I stamped that in some, oops, actually I need this piece back. I stamped that on a scrap of crumb cake in cherry cobbler, and then I cut it ahead of time because I'm fancy like that. So there it is, cut out. I just left a little border around the edge. All right, I also have my sentiment, which I want to stamp on my circle. Now my sentiment is from the Brightest Glow stamp set. I've been using this set lately, and I'm going to stamp this in some cherry cobbler ink. Now this is on my 2 3/8 inch circle punch that I stamped or punched out of crumb cake cardstock once again. Okay, so that's going to go right about there. Love it. Okay, now this is just lovely. We're going to add this to our card, and here's what I love about this. I stamped the ribbon rather than tying the ribbon. Now you could absolutely tie the ribbon. No one would fault you for not wanting to fussy cut. But here's what I love about the ribbon being a piece of paper versus a bow is that it's quick. If you're bow impaired, it's quick. And then it also is flat. So that's kind of handy too. Okay, so I've just got that on there like so. Now, there's all kinds of things you could do to jazz this up, but again, we're going for simple. All right, so this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 crumb cake, and I'm going to adhere it to a 4 by 5 1/4 old olive panel. And, or so I thought. One of these things is not like the other. I wonder if I might have cut this piece wrong. Let's just take a look. I've got another piece here. Let me grab my trimmer. Here I got cocky, thought I had it all ready to go. So we want 4 by 5 1/4. Oops, we want to cut it, not score it. 4 by 5 1/4. I wonder if I did 5 1/8. I bet I did. Thinking I was all fancy. So here we are. I'm going to put adhesive on this piece, which hopefully will work. I could have trimmed this crumb cake down, but nothing but the best for you guys. Okay, so there we go. Isn't this pretty? Just love this. All right, I'm going to adhere this to my card. Again, you could pop it up if you wanted, but this will make it nice and keep it flat. Okay, but wait, there's more. We could do a little more with this. All right, so what I was thinking is we could take and add a bell. All I can think of is, could someone put a bell on him? I think that's a line from something, but anyway, I thought a bell might be kind of fun. So this is something, you know, we can cut out pretty easy. So I'm stamping it in Versamark because we're totally going to emboss it. I feel like gold would be kind of cool on this especially. So I'm just going to put some gold powder on here. Gosh, try it again, Dina. Okay, we'll heat this baby up. There's just nothing better than embossing powder melting. I love it. Also, it picked up the ink a little bit on my bow. I think my embossing powder has gotten kind of what the word is. Gross, weird, bad. I think it's the humidity in my office. My office is in the basement, and it's, I don't want to say moist down here because that's gross, but I don't know, it's a little something. Okay, so I'm just gonna tuck this bell kind of right under here, or even I could even stick it right on top. It's kind of up to you, whichever you prefer. I don't know. What do we think of that? Maybe I don't like that. I thought it was going to be amazing, but now I'm not so sure. I think part of it is my embossing powder looks weird, and I don't like that. I wonder if I just didn't heat it all the way over here. I think my embossing powder is weird. I replaced it once before, you know, after like 10 years. I think it's been another 4 or 5 years. It might be time. But anyway, I think I might leave it like this. Now, I can most certainly let's add some gold sequins to this to jazz it up a little bit. These are my pastel adhesive back sequins. We also have like neutrals sequins. Those would be really nice as well. Now again, note the flat little bits. There's big ones and small ones, so I'm going to pull out some of each. And you can just add a few of these to your card. And look at how fun that is. So it's got a little extra on it. Okay, and then last but not least, I've got this second panel of crumb cake for the inside of my card. And for this, I want to add just a few of the coordinating images. Let me close this up before we have a situation on our hands. And so for that, I'm going to start with my pine cone, because that's kind of my biggest image. I'm going to ink that up real well. And just going to stamp it on here like that. Maybe I'll do one more over here on the very edge, just to kind of fill things in. And then we'll do our similar images as we had before to fill it all in quick. Like so. All right, I stamped that bad. Let's line it up again. Perfect. Okay. So there's the inside. Now you can stamp a coordinating sentiment in with this if you want, or you can leave it as is. It's completely up to you, but I think this is just such a cool card, and this set is such a good deal. So there you go. And I like that it's kind of crumb cake, a little different. So there's our first card for today. All right, next up, let's get rid of our stamps. Ooh, we're gonna make a really pretty card. So I've been gone for a little while, and let's just say I was missing my watercolors. So I was really anxious to do a watercolor card for you today. And this one's super easy, no skill necessary. We're going to use kind of two bundles, the Night Divine bundle as well as the Forever Forest bundle. Now in the Forever Forest bundle, there's this die that cuts these mountains. You can see with the texture and everything included in them, which is so cool. So I wanted to create a really beautiful sky. I've been kind of itching to do this for a little while. So I'm going to grab some paper here, and I've got my reinkers. Now, I generally like to squeeze the ink pad lid to get my ink, but in this case, I'm going to just use reinkers on a block because I want a nice rich color on here. Like this is no pastel situation. This is hardcore. So I've got Night of Navy and Blue Blackberry Bliss reinkers, and I'm going to take and add water to my, this is Fluid 100 watercolor paper. That's the key to the whole success of this operation is Fluid 100 watercolor paper. Now I've got water on this paper, and what the water, when I put water down, what it's going to do is it's going to allow everything to blend really nicely. If you just go with the ink directly on here, you're going to get splotches and it's just not going to look as great as it could. So, all right, I'm going to start with my blue, and I kind of want to go from like dark blue down to blackberry. All right, so here we go. And look at how I love how it just spreads out. So cool. And actually, I kind of did get a splotch because I went a little bit crazy with the dark color directly on here, but it's okay. All right, so this is really dark. Okay, now I did a little test on the scrap from cutting this piece, and you can see this is really light. I wanted to show you, you can get dark watercolor. You just gotta work at it a little bit, and that's where the reinkers are so handy. So I'm just grabbing a little bit of water on here and mixing it and just adding deep dark color. Okay, so I want it really dark at the top and then less so as I go down. I'm cleaning off my water painter here, and then we're going to go in with our blackberry. Now I'm adding a little water to this because blackberry is another strong color. Okay, and I'm going to start down here, and there we go. And then in between, we kind of get this purpley color, which is definitely what I want. So we've got a nice gradient of color, and she's bright, strong, good color. Love it. Loving this so much. Now again, if your watercolor comes out like this to start with, you go right over that. You can add more layers and brighten things up. Do you see that? So you can, that's the beauty of watercolor paper. Regular cardstock would never allow that to happen, but watercolor paper is a different story. It is built for using lots of water on it. Okay, so now you can see we've got this beautiful background here. We're just gonna set this wet mess aside to dry. Now I've got all this ink on here, and I can for sure use that on other projects. I can just let it sit there and come back to it again. It could stain my block. Just, I don't know if it would or not. It could. If it did, it would probably be the Blackberry Bliss color. I'm not worried about it because it will work whether it's pink or whether it's clear. Okay, so we've got this going. Now I also took and, oops, I die cut some stars. I'm not even gonna lie when I tell you I'm mad that we don't have the glimmer paper anymore, because that would be so amazing to do this stars and glimmer paper. But we're going to do this in, oh my gosh, I just realized I forgot a step. Shoot. Well, we can do it after the fact. Darn it all. I can't believe I forgot this. I wanted to emboss my sentiment on here before I did all the coloring. I cannot believe it. I was so excited to watercolor. Dang it. Okay, maybe we'll do it again, because that didn't take very long. And I really want this on my piece. Okay, so let me quick cut this. Sorry. Dumb. Okay, so I want this piece to be 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, which actually might be, yeah, my original piece was a little bigger than that. Okay, so we're going to heat emboss our sentiment first. Silly Dina. Sometimes when it's time to watercolor, you just can't help but watercolor. Okay, so I've got white powder, and my sentiment, for goodness sakes, where is my sentiment? Oh, no, that's not it. Here we go. Oh, that's right. The black wouldn't fit in my case. Okay, so Oh Holy Night. And then we'll use that Versamark once again. I seriously cannot believe I forgot this. All right, drop my embossing buddy on here real quick. And, oops. Stamp this on here. Then we'll heat emboss it in white. On our fluid 100 paper. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay. Okay, so sorry about that. Sometimes you just get so excited about cards, you skip the important stuff and you skip to the fun part. Okay. All right. Well, luckily, we just so happen to have plenty of everything left. Okay. So once again, going over this with water, that will help my colors blend really nicely. And then don't forget, embossing is resisted by the watercoloring. Okay, so I've got clean water on here, or mostly clean anyway. We'll start with our Night of Navy. Oh, look at that. So pretty. And of course, this shows just wonderfully through. Of course, you can see I've got my background paper on here, which I highly recommend. Also, I need to mix my water. Mix water into that re-inker so you don't get these streaky lines that I'm getting a bit of right here. Okay, so we've got that. Then I'm going to rinse my brush and I'm going to pick up some of my, ooh, I meant to mix more water in with that. Oh boy, this one might not turn out quite as good as the first one, but here we are. Okay, so we've got this kind of middle ground color, and because I'm just all goofy tonight, I might have stained our words, our white words, with this, but actually that's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, so here it is. La la. All right, now my hands are covered in ink, not gonna lie, that's just part of the fun. Okay, now what I do want is like a tissue or something, which I think I have. And we're just gonna wipe the words off. Yeah, they're stained. Well, this card is just not going the way I wanted it to. I'm trying to wipe off the excess ink over the words just so that they pop a little bit more. But you can see this is one that's drying that looks a little better. All right, maybe we'll try and heat emboss over the top of that. Let's just clean up our work surface a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna dry this. Well, it's gonna be pretty, I promise you. I like drawing the back side as well. So my 2 tips that I sort of followed but sort of didn't. 1, emboss first. 2, add water to the reinker before you put it onto the cardstock, because that will keep those kind of blotches from happening. I have even more on this one. Okay, so there we go. Not too bad. I'm just going to trim this one down ever so slightly, because it's actually a little bigger than I said. So 3 7/8 by 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. All right, so now we have our card. Well, I mentioned the mountain. Where did my mountain go? Oh. Here we go. Okay, so I've got this mountain. Now the big question is, should we put this on a Night of Navy card base, or should we put it on a Blackberry Bliss? I'm going to go with Night of Navy. I was thinking Blackberry layer, but I think this is kind of more of a pinky color, and I almost wonder if Berry Burst would be better. But what I want to do instead, this was not my original intention, so I'm going to layer this up with a layer of white, because I think the whole thing will pop when I do that, like that. Okay, and then the mountains go on top. Oh, I love it. All right. Now, this feels pretty dry to me, so we'll see if we can do one more attempt at getting the words on here. So I used my embossing buddy, inking that up real good with my Versamark. We're going to stamp her down and then put the white powder over the top and try to emboss this one last time. I think this is going to work better. Now, the benefit of this, of course, is we don't have to worry about that staining problem. Blackberry Bliss, as I'm sure you know if you have it, is one of those really strong colors. And it does stain. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, we're going to adhere this to our layer here with, actually, I'm going to use some Seal Plus just because this is a little warped with all the heating and whatnot. Okay, so we've got a 4 by 5 1/4 basic white. I like it already. Okay, and then I'm going to add the mountains, and I'm going to trim a little bit of the mountains off because I wasn't sure, you know, how it would fit on here, but I wanted to make sure my words were going to show up. Okay, but before I do that, and I probably could have done this first, but that's all right. I'm going to do a little spritzing with my clear Wink of Stella, because spritzing makes everything better, especially something like this. Okay, so we'll take and just spritz away. And I'm kind of giving it a real good spritzing. I don't know if you can see that or not, but all right. Then we've got mountain caps, and I'm going to color those with my clear Wink of Stella. Because why wouldn't you? And it will kind of highlight that little embossed, debossed, whatever, bossed area on this die cut piece. So I'm just going over the little marks that the die made. So not the whole mountain, just the kind of the peaks, if that makes sense. Okay, now we'll pop this up, of course. And here's my dimensionals, just right here. Got a nice bunch of dimensionals on here, and like I said, we're going to trim the excess off. Ooh, bad Dina. This is like, how many ways can Dina mess up this card before she finishes it? Turns out quite a few is the answer. Okay, now I'll flip this over. Trim this off using the edge of the cardstock as my guide so that it's straight. There we go. Oh, so pretty. And there we go. Now there's all kinds of things you could do on here, such as like a what's the word? Northern Lights coloring. You could do this with ink blending. You know, you can really kind of do whatever you would like. Gosh, this looks crooked for some reason. Is it my card? I don't think so. Okay, there we go. That's better. All right, so, oh, holy night. So pretty. All right, then on the inside of our card, we're going to take some Night of Navy. Now, don't worry, we're not done yet. And we're going to stamp this down. The stars were brightly shining. Okay, close that up. Now, I have gone ahead and die cut some stars. Now, I stuck them to the backs of Post-its so that I wouldn't lose those tiny little stars, right? Because they're tiny. And so I'm going to put them onto my card with a little bit of liquid glue. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 12 stars. I don't know if we'll use all of them, but I'm going to just add a little bit of liquid glue on here. Like that. And then we'll add the stars with my Take Your Pick tool. I want a big star to be up here, kind of like the Christmas star. Just like in Christmas Vacation. I am anxious to start watching Christmas movies. I watched part of Christmas Vacation already this year, but I'm really looking forward to Elf. That's one of my favorites, as well as Home Alone. I just love that movie. It's so stinking cute. What are your favorite Christmas movies? Okay, there we go. And then you can add more on the inside if you want. But there we have it. So, Hallmark. Oh, yes. Bad Santa. I've never seen that. Christmas on 42nd. I've never seen that either. Isn't that terrible? Oh, okay, good. I'm glad you guys like this. Well, let's just say isn't working the way I envisioned in my head, but it's not too bad. We got there. Okay, so there we go. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, whenever I say "Oh Holy Night," all I can think of is the stars were brightly shining. So pretty. So I hope you like that one. Ah, you know I love me a good watercolor card. I'm still giggling at Bad Santa, Sharon. That's funny. Okay, so there's that one. Then, because we didn't want everything to be Christmas today, we are going to do a not Christmas card featuring 2 bundles. Ooh. As mentioned, Garden Meadow, which I just had to grab. So Garden Meadow, and then we're also going to use the Heartfelt Hexagon, which this is going to be in the upcoming mini catalog, but I believe you can order it right now. At least demonstrators can, but I'm pretty sure customers can as well. So this comes with, oh, you know what? I never found my punch. Okay, there's like some kind of weird black hole situation in my office. I'm missing this punch as well as 2 stamp sets. I cannot find them. I have looked everywhere. One is a bundle and one is just the set. I don't know what is going on. It's the weirdest thing. I got to figure out what happened to these. So anyway, we might not actually be able to, because I spent a long time before I came on live looking for this punch. But you know what? Well, maybe we'll improvise. Maybe we won't use this. We're going to change it up. Well, yeah, we'll use the stamp, but not. Okay. Whoa. Sorry. You didn't need to hear me figure out how to fix my card because I couldn't find my punch. I don't know what happened to it. I'm missing the punch that goes with that. I'm missing a stamp set and I'm missing a bundle. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out where they are. I just don't know. I don't know if they got lost when I was cleaning up my office for my team gathering or what, but it's kind of making me crazy. Now, I pulled out a piece of this gorgeous paper and I cut it to be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So it's just got that skinny layer around the card because we wanted to use as much of this beautiful, I don't think that's a word, Dina, beautiful paper as we could. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that to my card. So again, this is I think it's called Meandering Meadow DSP. So pretty. Okay, just like that. All right. Then I was going to stamp and punch, but now I think I'm just going to stamp. Can you tell it's a bit of a rough day here. But what I wanted to do is use vellum so that you can still see the beautiful paper design through this, but then we can also add our sentiment on top. Okay, so I'm going to do With Sympathy, and I'm going to emboss it. You can do embossing, you could stamp it in black. It's kind of up to you. Okay, so there's With Sympathy. Oh, I forgot to do my embossing buddy. Hopefully it'll be okay. We're just embossing everything today. Well, that first card we kind of gave up on. Okay. with Sincere Sympathy. So I'm heating this up. It's black powder on a strip of vellum that's, I believe, 1.5 inches wide. And so pretty. Did I get it all? Yes. We are good. Okay. So I'm going to add that with Sincere Sympathy on here. Kind of like that. And you know what? Now that I put this on here, I think I might take it off, because I got a great way to adhere this to my card so that you can't see the adhesive. So I'm going to wrap it around like so. Ooh. But when you wrap it, you want that to fold straight, which might be impossible at this point. Let's see if we can fix this. So I'm going to take my trimmer. I think I'm off today, friends. I don't know what it is. I'm going to score this. Ooh, that sounded a little crunchy. Ugh, I am struggling. Okay, I'm going to lightly score this. There we go. So I have a nice crease on here, and it's a little crooked. Wow, the struggle is real today, friends. This is not working. Or you can just do this. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna attempt. Again, I lightly scored it, and I'm gonna, there we go, fold this behind. Goodness. I swear I'm not a new stamper. And my voice seems to be disappearing on me too, so that's no bueno. Oh, goodness. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive behind these letters so that it's not very visible. And then I'm going to attach it to my card. Straighten the paper out like that. Okay, pretty good. I think we got there. Whew, that was a long way to get there. Wow, let's close this up. I feel like the stars are not aligned for me today, friends. All right, but I do want to take and stamp with my stamp set. Now you can use any of these little images in here. I think I'm going to use this, just this little floral sprig, or the basket might be too small with all my modifications. So I'll just add my floral sprig. I'm gonna take and stamp that onto a scrap of Very Vanilla in some black memento. Because as you might have guessed, wait, this is my good pad. I just got a good pad. What you might have guessed is we're going to color this in with our Stampin' Blends. Okay, oh, that is cute. And then I think I'll add another one on the inside of my card as well to coordinate. It's really pretty. Okay, now for this, I'm going to take, well, actually some... Shaded Spruce. I feel like Old Olive is probably good too. Shaded Spruce, a little Old Olive to warm it up, and then I think I'll do maybe red maybe some poppy. See a kind of a pop. Actually, I'm gonna go with kind of more mixing with that. Oh, bubble bath. Berry burst. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some dark berry burst in the center of these. Maybe I'll do a little yellow as well. And then we'll blend it with our light. This is not going to be a huge amount of blending just because it's such a tiny little area, but it will look lovely. I'm going to do just a little lemon lolly so it's not too bright up here with these little flowery, I don't even know what those are, but that's what we're coloring them. Okay, and then we'll fill it out with some greens. Now I'm going to do some dark. And then some, so that was dark old olive, and then I'm going to do dark shaded spruce. Whoopsies. Oh, I hate when this happens. Oh, maybe I'm going to use this end. There we go. And some light shaded spruce. Kind of put those up here. And that just kind of blends. I like having this mix of green colors in here. It's nice. Okay, so now my vanilla panel is going to go on the inside. Like so. And then this piece we're going to die cut real quick and add it to the front of our card. Let's see with our die. And of course, whenever I die cut, I like to put a Post-it over this to hold it in place. Crank that through, and here we go. Oh, so nice. So we'll just add that right there to our card. I'm going to pop it up. Oh, you would think there'd be dimensions laying around here someplace. And then I'll show you what this was supposed to be like when I can find my punch. So real simple. Here's the punch version. But both work. They're both nice. I went a little different color combo, but I like them both. So I don't know. Kind of pretty. Now, the other thing I was going to do, except I stamped this in the wrong spot, is I was going to take some of that leftover cardstock that I trimmed and adhere this to the inside of my card. But, oh, I guess I still could and totally cover up the little thing I stamped on there. Because I do kind of like that. I don't know. Should I cover up this, or should I use the DSP or skip it? Let me know. Use the DSP or skip it. Let me know in the comments. Oh, Patricia likes the flagged one. Thank you. Okay. Roberta loves the flowers, but well, so far it's 3 DSPs to 1. Okay. Y'all are saying skip. Shaz, I saw you voted twice. I know, use it on the left, but I think that looks weird. Because yeah, I don't know. I love it. Use it! Use it on, I don't like it on the other side, but I like the idea. I mean, I like where you're going with that, but I don't like it. Oh, so tricky. Anne said this DSP is perfect for sympathy cards. I couldn't agree with you more. It really is. And here we go, you guys. I did color it really nicely, didn't I? But I'm going to cover it now. Oh, and it's too long. Of course it's too long. Why wouldn't it be too long on a day like today? There we go. Well, there it is. I did do a nice job coloring it though, didn't I? Thank you. All right. I was going to ad lib one more card, but I'll be honest, I don't think I got it in me tonight. It's been a rough live for some reason. I thought it would be really good, but whew. So if you're watching the replay, thank you. If I don't even know if I should ask for this, but if you like my videos, not necessarily today's, but if you like my videos in general, if you could give me the thumbs up, that helps so much with the YouTube. Let me show you the cards I made. We have this beautiful sympathy card. We have this gorgeous, I still think, Oh Holy Night. I don't know if you can see the shimmer on there, but gosh, it's pretty. So pretty. And then we have this simple Christmas card. This is where I feel like I did well. It all went downhill when I did the bell. All I can think of is somebody put a bell on her. Oh boy, my husband and I joke about that. I think that's a line from something. From some movie or TV or something. But anyway, I hope you liked my cards. Oh goodness. If you have any questions, of course, just drop me a message. Don't forget grab boxes. Oh goodness, I would be so grateful for your grab box order. All the details are in the description of this video. We have great online classes coming out this week. The Winter Owls and the Garden Meadow online classes are going out this week, so we would love to send those to you. And other than that, friends, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for all the well wishes. I really appreciate it. And we will see you right back here next week when it will be December. And don't forget to be to get in on my list for excuse me, the 12 Days of Christmas, which starts on Friday. All right, guys, I will see you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.